Hello, and as promised, this video on Tuesday. It is Tuesday morning. What time is it? It is about 10:30. And hello, wherever you are in the UK or around the world. So I know we have people in this group from different parts of the continent. So hi, how you doing? Listen, I am here as promised to talk to you, to give you what I'm calling a refresher on the 80-20 meal planning system that I advocate, because as you know, I cannot bear diets. I think they potentially make you fatter, and often they're pretty dull and boring, and we fall off a wagon very quickly. So what you might want to do is just pause this video to get yourself a pen and paper as I talk to you and talk it through the stages of the 80-20 routine. Now, if I'm looking down, it's either because I'm grabbing my glass of water, it's not gin because it's too early, or I'm just looking at my notes, okay, to make sure that I don't miss anything. So, the 80-20 plan, let me tell you something about this. I developed, when did I develop it? I don't know, a few years ago. I developed this system simply because I was seeing a lot of people privately in my practice that were really struggling. Well, the reason they came to see me was because they were struggling, because they'd tried every diet under the sun, became really bored, frustrated, and felt like they wanted to eat the frigging wallpaper simply because they were fed up to the back teeth of it. So I developed this 80-20 meal planning system. I wanted something when it came to the food, because as you know, I believe that your weight loss is much more about your head and about your self-motivation. I think that's much more important. But I developed this system for all of my clients back then, and it became a real success for them. And it's really simple. I wanted something that was dead simple. Nothing complicated, just common sense when it came to food. So the first stage of your 80-20 meal planning system is diagnosis, okay? The diagnosis. In other words, I want you to review what you're doing right now. So if you're too fat and you need to lose some weight, the one thing I want you to do is just generally sit back and think about, what is it I'm eating right now? Okay, what sort of foods am I eating right now? What's my kind of regime? Now, do not give me the claptrap that you're eating really well and hardly eating anything, because that's absolute bullshit, because you would be losing the weight. Believe it or not, I've had people say that to me in the past. Can't believe it, that they say to me, I don't know why I'm not losing weight, I hardly eat anything. Well, no one's fat in a famine. So let's be really honest here. So the first thing I want you to do is diagnosis. I want you to review what you're doing, okay, in terms of your eating, in terms of your eating and your snacking. And then what I want you to do, the second thing in the diagnosis, is to be thinking about, where can improvements be made? So if you're having 3 chocolate bars a week or 5 chocolate bars a week, maybe you start having 2 chocolate bars a week. Okay, and replacing the other chocolate bar with a satsuma or something like this. So you're not going straight into denial. What you're actually doing is you are reducing the calorie count and replacing it with something else. Now, on the replacing it with something else, sometimes people say to me, oh, but how do I know how many calories are in that and all of this sort of thing? Well, 2 things to say. Number one, for many people, when they say that, that is a convenient excuse because it's common sense what to eat. And the second thing is that you go onto Google, because we are very spoiled now. We do have access to the World Wide Web. And we go onto Google and we Google how many calories, for example, in a satsuma or whatever it is. Okay, and then you compare it to the calorie count of what you're taking out of your normal eating routine. So what you've done is you've thought about, okay, what am I doing now and what can I take out and what can I replace it with, so that your calorie count in terms of the quality of food is improving. Let me just have a sip of water. If I'm looking a bit startled, it's because I went out brisk walking earlier and I've just had a shower, so if I look a bit startled, that's probably why. Still cooling down, guys. So that's the first area. So it's all about diagnosis. Review it. What am I eating right now? What can go and what can I replace it with in terms of the food? The second part of your process is to implement the change. So what you do is next week, I suggest you just either sit down today and think about, what's my typical day? What am I doing? Or maybe do a diary over a week and be really honest with yourself, because honesty is the best policy when it comes to losing weight. And then the second thing, yes, as I said, the second thing is you implement the changes. changes based on the diagnosis. And of course, the other thing you want to do is make sure that you're managing the portions. So, you know, if I was eating 5 chocolate bars a week, I'm having 2 chocolate bars a week, but I'm having 3 satsumas in replace of the other 3 chocolate bars. What I don't want to do is have 30 satsumas. I want to have 3 satsumas. Does that make sense? So the portion control is really key. Now, again, when you're implementing the change, it's really important that you start to experience the hunger. Experience the hunger, you know, keep your mind busy and allow the hunger to pass. Yes, use liquid and all of that sort of thing. We all know, you know, it's not rocket science to say drink if you're hungry. But I think mental stimulation and a maintenance, now this is crucial, okay? A maintenance of the excitement and the enthusiasm to be controlling your hunger, experiencing your hunger, and keeping yourself busy in here as you do so. Okay, so number 2 is make the changes. The third thing I want to mention in the system is to bank calorie when needed. So for example, today is Tuesday. If I was going out on Friday with my friends and we were going to have a lot to drink and we're going to have a curry after and all that sort of thing, my common sense tells me my calorie count's going to go through the roof on Friday because I should have 2,500 calories. Blah, blah, blah. So what I do is maybe tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, I reduce my calorie. I still eat well, so I'm keeping healthy and it's nutritious, but I reduce my calorie in preparation for the excess calorie on Friday night. Keep it that simple. Yes, I will have to experience hunger if I was doing this tomorrow and Thursday, but again, I keep myself busy, I keep my mind stimulated and occupied, and as well as that, maybe I go and eat some fresh air as well. So what I want you to start thinking about when you've got parties, weddings, Christmas, all this sort of thing, is you bank the calorie. Some of you will be going on holiday maybe over the next few weeks. And what you do before you go is you do a little bit of banking the week before so you can enjoy your holiday. Because the last thing you want is to be deprived in social situations with friends and family and having a good time. I don't want you deprived, okay? So bank the calorie. Now, the other thing to say is, just to let you all know that today is the last day. If you want to come on, I'm going to talk about this in more detail on my workshop this year. But the workshop this year is very different because I am doing much more on confidence and self-esteem so that you can manage emotional eating, so you feel much better about yourself, so you can start walking taller like a true winner as well. So today is the last day you can book on it at the early bird rate. So I'll put the link. The link will be above this video somewhere. Now listen, back to the 80-20. What I want to say is if you feel comfortable and you want to, then just in the comments below post your changes, okay? What I don't want, because I don't allow it, is questions that are silly technical questions like how many calories in this, how many calories in that. I don't want none of them, they'll be deleted. And the other thing, I don't want no whinges and moans, because whinge and moaning will keep you fat. I want it positive. If you have a challenge, I have no problem at all if you post below saying this has been my challenge, but what I'm going to do is this, and then of course we will encourage you. Okay, so keep it positive, enthusiastic, be excited, all of that sort of thing that I always talk about, because when it comes to weight loss and weight control, just checking the screen, when it comes to your weight loss and weight control, my hair, God, you can tell I've not lacquered it. Anyway, when it comes to weight loss and weight control, it's all about your mindset and motivation. So listen, that's a quick shout out for the 80-20 meal planning regime. It's a shout out to encourage you to get on and do it, and it's a shout out all to mention, don't forget to book your place on the workshop this year in October, which is going to be lots of fun. And it's a shout out to also say post your comments below on the changes you make with the 80-20 plan. And now I will switch you off. Take good care, bye for now.